I'm here with Grant from Desales, we're from Atlanta, Georgia. Now you guys are playing here at Croc Rock on the, what's the name of the tour again?
Actually, I don't think it really has a name.
Well,
We're on tour with the Scenic right now, right?
yeah.
From Philadelphia. We've been having a good time so far.
So the Scenic's basically home now, huh?
Yeah, we've pretty much this whole tour's been in the Northeast, so yeah, everything's real close together, so everything's kind of coming through.
Okay. Now, you guys have been a band for how long?
We've been a band at the Status for, I guess, about 3 years now.
Yeah. But you guys have been in other bands, with each other, or?
Yeah, Danny, the bass player in our band, is my brother, and we've pretty much been in band since
birth.
Yeah, 10 years.
Okay.
So, and then Mike, our drummer, came along about 3 years ago, and that's kind of when the band started.
Well, how did you meet everyone? I mean, obviously, I think you know how you met your brother.
The other guys it's pretty much mutual friends. We're kind of looking for a drummer, and Andy, the guitarist, and I wrote a lot of songs together. And then we found Mike, the drummer, and we just started practicing and doing some shows. And it's
Turned into this?
Yeah.
So, did you always think that you were going to be a musician?
Not really. In high school, I kind of just started getting into music in high school, which I guess most kids do, but I was into sports and stuff. I didn't really start playing guitar until 10th grade.
So you were an athlete in high school, weren't you?
Not crazy, just I played baseball growing up. No, I mean I still like sports and stuff, but
What position?
I played center field.
Yes. You're becoming my new favorite band right now.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm wearing a pink Scenic shirt, but I'm hiding the name so they can't see us. I would have worn one of your shirts, but they gave this one to me. Did you guys give me a shirt? I don't think so.
We could have. We don't have a merch person, so
I'll go back in and grab one.
go for it.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to it because now it's on video.
It's on the record.
Now, how did you guys come up with the name The Status?
We actually had a band name before, and we did some research, and there's a lot of bands, primarily rappers, with the name that we had.
What was it?
It was called Nova.
Nova.
It was just really generic, and we figured if we were going to try to take this to the professional level, we should probably do some research and figure out a band name that we wouldn't get sued for. So we basically just made a list. And,
although remember, no publicity is, every type of publicity. What the hell is the line? All publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, no such thing as bad. But I don't agree with that. But
well, if you get your name out there for being bad, at least your name's still out there.
it's true, but then
Kanye West, he's got more publicity right now than he would ever want.
it's true.
Still, she had to cancel the tour.
Yeah,
Bad example.
not very smart. But yeah, we just wanted to avoid that whole hassle. So it doesn't really have a whole lot of meaning, but I think before, it was kind of before the Facebook and Twitter wave. So I think a lot of people relate the status to your update status, but it's not about that. It's just a name.
Yeah, no, I never would have thought about it.
Some people ask us if that's where it came from, but we actually didn't know about Facebook until years ago.
No, Facebook didn't come around till, it seems like forever ago, but it's only a year or two.
Yeah.
It's not taking over our lives, so.
Sadly.
Yeah. There are worse things, I guess.
Yeah.
Twitter, I'll never get into. I don't get it. That's just stalking. I'm in the bathroom.
It's pretty much text messaging, between, I don't know. It's without text messaging without phones. But then you can use Twitter on your phone, so.
Yeah, so now there's no particular reason for it.
Yeah,
now it's
no
just text
boundaries.
messaging.
It's kind of weird. But
I guess it's one way for.
You gotta get the information out. So it's definitely useful, all those social networking sites. It's just kind of sad that it's come such a thing where people waste a lot of time doing it.
Well, now people are just going I literally saw one that was I'm in the bathroom. I was I don't care.
Yeah, I delete people that do crazy stuff like that. I don't know about that.
Danny from New Jersey is in the bathroom. I don't care. Why do I need to get a status update about that? Now there are 5 guys in the band or 4?
4.
You weren't sure.
We had a 5th member a couple years ago, but
alright, so maybe I was lost there. Okay. So You said you don't have a merch guy. Who does merch when you're on stage?
Just autopilot.
Autopilot?
Yeah. No, we usually,
I was gonna say a lot of T-shirts would walk away that way.
Nah, usually the bands that we're with bring people, and usually they just help us out, you know. And then when we're done with our set, we like to hang out back there and try to meet as many people as possible. So we're not a huge band, so the smaller tours and stuff, sometimes we'll just go out by ourselves, just kind of do it. But we bring people sometimes. It just depends. We're in a smaller vehicle, so
Yeah.
it's not always fun to have a fifth person.
Oh yeah, it's nice to have a little extra leg room.
Yeah.
Are you actually sleeping in the van and stuff too?
It just depends. We like it if we're not opposed to it.
Really?
We try to save as much money as possible, so we try to stay with friends and get hotels as little as possible. Just to.
Do you have friends in this area?
Yeah, we've been touring for a year straight. We haven't been home, and then for the last 2 years we've been touring. So we know a lot of people across the country that are good tourists. So.
I'd say you could say it to college, but I can't say you'd really enjoy that. It's a Catholic university.
Dude, it's awesome.
Jewish guy at a Catholic university. Not even going to go into that now. Now, so you said you're out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys get on with the scenic? Being out of Philly.
Just we met them back earlier this year. We just kind of had they played in Atlanta and they met some of our friends, and then they kind of told each other about us, and we actually toured with them back in June, but it was out west, all across the western United States. So and we just had a good time. We really love those guys, and I think they're doing a lot of, they have a lot of the same attitude that we do as far as just trying to have fun with music. When music today is about a lot of other things besides music. So they're just a good rock and roll band. Just like to play music, and that's what we do. We don't really care about the politics. And, what's cool and what's not cool. We just play music. So we have a really good time with it. We get along really well. We decided to do this tour. Just have a good couple weeks of touring together. So.
Now you said that you're a somewhat smaller band. Do you have any that you can think of, or that any other band or any other person in the band has had fan interaction, the most memorable fan interaction? I've heard of crazy things, whether they notice you on the street and run up to you. I don't know if that would happen to you, or it could have.
A lot of people bring us baked stuff. That's always really sweet. A lot of shows, kids will bring us cookies and cupcakes. That's really nice, just so the kids care. A few weeks last Friday, we had multiple people bring stuff, so we just had a van full of sugar, which was cool.
Best thing ever.
Yeah. So that's cool, and we're pretty interactive on the social networking sites and stuff. So
MySpace.
Yeah, all that stuff.
MySpace has kind of died, except for the music.
Yeah. But we try to keep in touch with people as much as possible. So that's kind of one thing we work really hard at, just because people want to feel a part of what you're doing. So we try to stay as accessible as possible without having less time too.
Yeah. Now, what's the best tour you guys think that you've been on? There are certain shows I know that always stick out in people's minds. I've heard of the weirdest things where there's somebody running on stage butt naked to, I don't know, something else. I don't know. There's got to be some type of tour that really stuck out in your mind, other than the one that you're currently on.
We've been really lucky this year. We've been on tour with a lot of our friends, which is friends is always the best. So I would say, every tour is fun, but probably the most memorable for us so far is when our record came out last November. We got to do a support tour with Bayside, which are some really good friends of ours. Anthony, manages our band. So we played some really big clubs, like really historic clubs, the Troubadour in Hollywood, and Irving Plaza in New York City. Just some places that a band like ours, it's going to take a while for us to play those places again. But House of Blues, just some really, really cool places, and so that was really, really memorable, and we met a lot of people.
How crazy was it to play in those huge venues like that?
It was awesome. I hope we get to go back to a lot of those places soon.
And you're the headliner?
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
We're working hard.
Yeah. You guys, you said you've been you've been a band for 3 years, and you've been on tour for basically 2 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's working hard. That's right. But you don't have